All right. So many years ago when I was a single contributor, like literally coding all day, every day, I had this trick where I would just go off site, whether that was checking into a hotel or some sort of Airbnb, complete environment change, which in my mind was like freedom to actually do really deep work. I kind of lost track of that over the years, but now in this new role, I kind of have the luxury of saying, hey, that part of the company needs my complete focus. Today, I'm doing something completely awesome and new and revisiting this old habit. I checked in for 24 hours here. I'm going to just focus on the most important thing in the company right now. So the one thing that I'm focusing on with this trip in particular is documenting our AI strategy. And I don't just mean like high level documenting. I mean going all the way down to the lowest of levels of how an actual AI engineer in this company would need to read that doc. Specifically, the gap between where Mav, the product, is today in terms of AI and where it needs to be by the end of the year. Inside the company, we always talk about AI in the levels defined by OpenAI. They have this awesome graph that basically articulates the levels of AI from level 1 to 4, 1 being kind of rule-based chatbot, tree-like logic, all the way down to 5, which is, pretty much can do anything and create anything. We're really pushing the boundaries on level 2 in particular, which is a chatbot that has reasoning and logic that can make decisions on what it should say, what it should do. And the reason why this is so important and timely for me is because yesterday we actually just hired a new head of engineering. This is a super critical role. Is going to have full ownership over the architectural design and implementation of our software. So this doc is needed now, right? Like we got to have this doc before he comes. The way that I kind of break out the way we look at our AI strategy is 3 pillars. The first pillar being Mav, which is kind of our front office AI agent, all the communication between our customer and their prospects. The second pillar is which we consider our back office agent, which is all the communication between our direct customer and Mav. We also have a third pillar of AI tech that we don't talk about a lot, but we call this, and this is kind of the headless that are responsible for all the things like quoting an insurance policy, income verification, settlement releases and carrier notes, all the behind the office stuff that either Mav or can interact with. So that's what I'm working on. I got to get to it. I'm so excited that I can bring you along with this journey. I'll catch you tomorrow after all this is done. It's almost 8 p.m. here in Vegas. The sun is still up, but almost going down. I would say I'm about 80% done with the overall strategy. And that includes like the execution strategy too, like the low level, here's the gap between what we have and where we're trying to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the next couple hours kind of identifying the needs, like what do we need to actually get this done? And then I'll probably close the laptop. I'll wake up early tomorrow, reread all of this on fresh eyes, because at this point, like I could be totally loopy. So I want to make sure that what I'm writing is comprehensible by the team and all that good stuff. And then what I'll probably do as well is I'll stand up the development environment that my engineers have built on and actually start testing some of the proof of concepts that the team has done, review it as if I was actually going to review a pull request, and just make sure that the overall strategy doc still stands with the stuff that we're building. Even if it is proof of concept, I just want to connect those two pieces and make sure we're not too far off. So anyways, that's where we're probably going to end the night. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Yo. Day 2. Went to bed a little late last night, obviously to be expected. Woke up this morning, reread a lot of the stuff I wrote, decided to take a break, go to the gym, get some breakfast, get my mind straight. Today, I'm going to spend the rest of the day just rereading, making sure that the clarity is there for the team. And again, I was working on an AI strategy doc for the entire company, not just externally for shareholders and stakeholders, but internally for the entire team. And then also low level for all the engineers, including some new awesome engineers we're bringing on the team. So I was working on that doc. Again, I'm going to reread that for clarity today. Then I'm also going to pair match it with a lot of the proof of concepts that our development team has made over the last 4 to 5 months, just to make sure the doc stands with where we're at. So I think if I can accomplish those two things and I leave with a very clear document that's validated both from a strategic perspective, but also from a reality perspective, home fucking run. A little bit over 24 hours since I checked in. It's time to get the fuck out of here. I would say I'd accomplished probably like 90% of what I wanted to. Obviously, you're never going to accomplish 100%. That's just the reality of doing these things. But that being said, I'm super excited about the work I did here. It's ready to go back. It's ready to start getting distributed through the team. In that lens, mission accomplished. Thanks for joining me on this deep session, 24-hour check myself into a hotel to get some good work done. I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks.